What it do, what it do, what it do, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Klue, another episode of Black Wall Music LLC. And I have somebody really, really special here with me today. I mean, it's definitely an honor for him to even want to be on my show. And I mean, I take that really to the heart. I have GMA Dub Award winning artist Dave James in the building, man. Please, man, just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
How you doing, man? My name's Dave James. Producer, songwriter, artist. Been doing music for a long time, so I'm very thankful to be here. And
Yeah.
thanks for having me on your show, brother. You know,
Hey, for sure, man, for sure.
Mhm.
Like when I definitely got hip to your music,
Yeah.
man, I was like, yo, I gotta interview this cat, man. Because I think the first song that I heard was The Nerve, you
Oh
featuring
man.
Foggy Raw, man, and I was like, man, that
Oh,
song I
nice,
resonated with
nice,
it
nice.
personally. Like I resonated with it personally, and I was like, man, I know how you feel. Like I know how you feel, man. Like I mean, like did that song come from personal reference, or was that just kind of,
I
you
mean,
know?
yeah. I think everybody. I think so. It's funny. Uh, it's two things. Like, number one, I do feel like everybody can relate to that. That kind of topic. I'm more. Um, I feel like the records that I've been writing for myself, tend to lean more towards the, anti-hero, not so much bravado, like I'm that, what I'm saying, like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
more kind of grounded, everyday type stuff, you know what I mean? And so,
Gotcha.
I always say, I always say, um, somebody getting your girl taken is a part of life, man. It happens to everybody, and
That's
it's
true. That's
a
true.
it's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage in the man. I'll make the joke all the time. I make the joke all the time that if somebody takes your girl, better now than later. So
Hey, that's big facts.
that's
That's big facts,
that's
man.
if she could be
I like how
taken,
you said that it's a
if she
rite
could
of
be
passage.
taken from, yeah,
If she can be taken, exactly.
yeah, yeah. Because if she could be taken from you, you know what I'm saying? Smooth sailing. So
100%, man. Yeah, I definitely feel that, man. Cause yeah, it's and sometimes even on the other perspective, one of my friends, I sent
uh,
them the song, and they were just like, I see that part of it, like there's always going to be a bigger and a better man out there in a sense. So if she wants to be swayed, she can be, but then it puts you in the mindset of like, dang, what am I not doing right that she is looking somewhere else?
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
man.
don't know if
I
I, I
have
don't
so
know if I
many,
took it a different
I have so
direction,
many
but
views on that, and because sometimes, no, 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 no. I mean, that's good. It is. You should always, try to be becoming your best self. You know what I'm saying, as a man. But then, there's sometimes where it just happens. It just happens. Anything,
true, true.
anything that's not like marriage is the Wild West. It's anything goes. So, and even marriage for some people is Wild West too. And it goes. So,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not that I don't condone that, but it does happen
for
in this
sure.
life. So, you know
Oh,
what I'm
that's a
saying?
hundred percent, man.
Yeah, I don't condone Wild West behaviors in marriage. In outside, when you're not married, anything goes. It's just life. So
That's big
yeah,
facts,
but
man.
we do want to be, yeah, we want to be our best selves. You know what I'm saying? Always want to be the best you can be. And then
For sure.
sometimes you take that L and it's not even your fault. You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
That is some things that definitely happens, man. And I mean, so you talking about being your better self and feeling like, for instance, like what was the first song in your past or the first song that you remember hearing that really made you feel something that really made you kind of like, dang, like a real true emotion, like for me, I guess,
Mm.
like for me, I think the first song was The Art of Storytelling
Oh man.
by Outkast. Like the first time I heard that
Wow.
song, like
Yeah.
I immediately felt the stories. You know what I'm saying? Like it really hit me deep. So like, what was it for
Yeah.
you?
Man. Oh Oh man, I don't know. It's a lot. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of different. I could give you a simple answer, but it's very hard for me to pick because I have a couple of songs that have done that for me.
Gotcha.
And a lot of, so I can't say the first one. It's hard for me to say the first one. A lot of times, people music that sticks with you is connected to events in your life, and
True.
it can be connected to certain things that happen to you or a time in your life, depending on how old you are. Um, so I remember the first time I remember the first time I heard the Aquemini album. Uh, I got chills in my,
Yep. Yep.
the hair stood up on the back of my neck. The first time I heard Brown Sugar, I got chills.
Right.
Um, and then I remember the first time I heard "The Spirit of David" by Fred Hammond. I got chills. You know, and so it goes. This is the thing is, music is heavily connected to experience and also nostalgia. So, like for example, chemically, you know, there's a window of like when you're indoor. I know you're not asking about this. I'm just giving you the
No,
background of
no,
why I
no.
say.
Please, 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 please. Keep going, bro.
So, so like chemically, the way your brain experiences music, it changes as you grow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, which is why, depending on who you ask, um, most people say their all-time favorite artist is somebody from when they were like 16, 15, 14, between that window, because when you're in your teens and you pass puberty, that's when your endorphins first start really firing off. So everything in your brain that is like that can trigger endorphins, anything that's media or any stimulants, anything like that, it is like on 1,000. So a
Gotcha.
teenage mind, and then that window lasts all the way, to your, I think they said it was your early or mid 20s, and then
Okay.
out of when you hit your later 20s, you just chemically can't experience music that way anymore. You can still
That's
so
wild.
like the thing is, I've found some of my favorite artists in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? But it's still not going to be the same as when I first listened to, you know, you know, Stevie. The first time I listened to Stevie Wonder, you know what I mean, or Michael Jackson when I
Yeah,
first
yeah,
heard it.
yeah.
It's not, yeah, because you're like a little kid, you just chemically can't experience that. So a lot of times people automatically revert to that time because that they chemically your brain is just you can't experience music, movies, and stuff the same way.
I think the sound went
A
out.
call.
Hold on.
Sorry about
Ah,
that.
you back. You back. You good. You good. You good.
Sorry about that. I got a phone call. Yeah, so that's why. So that's the whole thing
Yeah.
with nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? So I know that was a
Nah,
long
that's a
answer.
nah. That was a great answer, honestly. I mean, because I
Yeah.
mean, there's definitely if I look at different genres of music, like like the art of storytelling being that's that song for me and one of my favorite songs of all time. But then you look at
Hmm.
Stevie Wonder, "Send One Your Love" is probably one of my
Hmm.
favorite love songs of all time. So it's like
Hmm.
different
Hmm.
things in different places. But you had mentioned something about finding some of your favorite artists in your 30s, and I mean let's talk about some of these collaborations that you've had. Like I mean. Ari Lennox, Manny
Oh man.
Wells, Fantasia,
Oh yeah.
Lecrae, like Trip
Oh
Lee.
yeah.
Like I was,
Yeah.
I was doing some
Thank
research
you,
on
man.
you, and I was like, man, you've done some crazy collaborations, man. Like how was that?
I
How was that
appreciate
been
that,
to work
bro.
with artists like that, man?
Um, it's a blessing. I'm very thankful for it. I, you know, and I was just having this conversation the other day as far as the way the majority of those collabs and that those type of records come about is through building with people. You know what I mean? Building with people. Like so I can take Ari Lennox for an example. she's one of the best examples in my life where that was the first artist that I've ever worked with. Meaning, I started working with Ari when I in like 2011,
Wow.
and yeah. So
Okay.
when we met, we weren't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Neither one
That's
of us.
awesome.
And I actually bought my first MPC to produce her album, to produce her project, and
What?
I had never produced before.
Man,
And
that's crazy.
yeah, I had a band, and I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, I remember your band. Well,
I
how do
had
you
a
pronounce the name?
indelible.
Indelible. Yo, listen,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, how to
Okay, yo,
pronounce
yeah,
this. I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
wait. Yeah, yeah, yo. I mean, yo, from 2012 to 2016, y'all had a run.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I we had I was actually closing out with my band, and I was trying to transition more into doing. I wanted to produce, but of course I didn't have anything, you know what I mean? I didn't have
Yeah.
anything. And I just had my first kid, and so I was just scratching, trying to, figure out stuff. And I never forget Ari would call me, and we actually probably knew each other longer, because I think we met in 2011 or 2010, and we started
Okay.
working about a year, because we would spend a lot of time together, just building, because I would also kind of take her under my wing when I was doing like little acoustic shows, and I would take her to, we would go to
Where,
different
where,
spots and
where?
stuff. And uh she would be like, yo, I remember one day, when I first really started, kind of trying to do whatever she would be like, yo, you can be one of the best producers. Like, you have the potential. You have the potential. You can. And she was like, I don't get to tell it enough, man. She encouraged me so much. You know what I mean? Like, she pushed me so much to produce. And so we
That's
built our
dope.
relationship in over a long time. And so in 2013 we put out Areography, and that had the
Yeah,
song La La on it. And
yeah.
so that stuff lived on the internet before Dreamville, and that's actually what kind of led up to her getting with Dreamville. But you know, we never stopped collaborating, and and it's just always love. So we kind of grew in our own spaces, and she's gone off to do some amazing things.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. She
but
definitely has.
yeah. But I mean, what happens is, when you build, and the thing is too, people may not know this either. She has the same team too. A couple of the guys that work with her were working. So I know we're all still, her management and all that. That's the same management from years and years and years and years ago. So
That's how
we
it should be.
all,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, she stayed true. She's such a sweet person, and we stayed. We just stayed tight. And we built and built and built. And the thing is, you can't be afraid. What I tell any producer, any artist, it's good. There's sometimes where you can have that random fly by night thing where you slide into the right producer's DM, or you send your
Yeah.
demo out and the right guy hears it, and that can happen. I mean, it happens. It does happen. But then, there a lot of times right now with the internet, the in my opinion, the play is to meet the person who's accessible to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The person that you can know, I can call this person, and I can get in the studio with this person. And don't try to, don't try to, and I know how it feels. I wanted to, for a long time when I was younger, try to shoot, get to the top guys. I want to work on this, but what happens is, if you can get with an artist and build a wave and build your own thing, even, because even through times where me and Ari were doing choreography, when we were doing even the stuff in 2014, it was
Hmm.
people who were not checking for it. You know what I mean? But we enjoyed so much, and then we started finding the fan base. We started finding those people that were checking for it. And
So you
so
talking
it
about
just
building
it grew and it
that
grows.
solid foundation first before you ever worrying about trying to get up to the top.
Don't yeah, like build, and then you bring the top to you. You know what I mean? You
Word.
you you
Okay,
you
bring the
build you
top to
bring the
you.
top to you. Yeah, man. I because that's what happens. That when if you can build up a wave and you get noise going, then people will come and they'll be like, "Yo, what's good? You know, let's do something." You know, and I noticed that things started to turn around for me in music when I started taking that approach. When I'm like, okay, maybe this person is the hot thing right now, but what are they going to be in 3 years? What are they going to be in the
Yeah,
future? Like,
yeah.
if you can find the next thing, you know what I mean? I did Lecrae's album this year, the opening song on this last Lecrae album,
Okay.
and that yeah and then the 13th track 13 with BJ Chicago Kid, and that
Yeah, you getting
came
some love and you getting
because
some love in the comments, man. My bad, my bad. Yeah,
oh
one
for
of
real,
my
I didn't
yeah,
even
yeah,
see
one
that.
of my
Yeah,
homeboys. Yeah, he said he just listened to Alone Studio Live in the Beyond Studios.
oh yeah.
You did love,
Oh,
yeah,
that's what's
yeah,
up. That's what's up. Thank you, bro. Yeah. That's from where the side that alone comes from the EP where the sidewalk ends, and so that came out in like
yep.
2017. Yeah. Thank you for checking it out. But
I'm sorry, I
like
didn't mean to cut
even
you
with
off. My bad.
no, you good. Um, even with that that came from building a relationship with Andy Mineo and with the A&R with Ace. Shout out to Ace. And we did and you even coming into those relationships, that's because you know like 5 years ago, I was at I would go to Andy Mineo's. I went to Andy Mineo's apartment. You know what I mean? We were, a friend, my man JR, Courtney Orlando,
Yeah,
introduced me to him. And and nothing, we worked some, but nothing really came of that meeting. And so, but it's just, we always stayed in contact, and it was just all a
that,
slow over time. And then you build rapport with, you start building rapport with those artists. So it's not about, you don't have to try to run and jump to um the hottest best thing. You know what I mean? If you can just build something good
yeah,
where you are. And so even with that, and with the A&R Ace, me and Ace did a bunch of records. We were doing a bunch of records, and then the Lecrae album came around because that's, we had done a lot of stuff for that, and then
okay,
even with Fantasia, the same concept. Me and my man KJ Scriven, we had done a bunch of records. We were putting songs out together on the internet that year, just for the love,
word,
and then the last song was "Looking for You," the Fantasia record. And before we were just on the just building. And this is the thing, I was I was still kind of already working. So, but I still carrying that concept with like, okay, KJ's my guy. He's accessible. So
yeah,
me and you, we can reach each other. Let's build. And so we did like 4 songs and just put them on YouTube, and we just we're
that makes
running. And
sense.
it's just that same principle from years ago, just doing like, and you can't be afraid to do that. Just put out and
Sure.
just build. And what happened was, on the I think that was the fourth or fifth song, and we were just about to release it, and his management heard it after we had completely done it, finished it, and I was so excited, like, yo, this I just want people to hear it. And then
Yeah,
their camp reached out and said, yo, let us get that. And then the rest was, yeah. So
history. That's crazy,
yeah,
man. That's really dope.
so
That's really dope, man.
that's the concept, bro.
Word, word. I mean,
Mhm.
and I just have one more question for you. Like
Yeah.
I said, just kind of doing some digging, being nosy and stuff. I see you have a lot of siblings. Like do it, do you and any of your siblings do? I mean, do any of your other siblings do music? Like, or are they like in the arts or how's
Nah,
that?
my siblings are incredible, man. I love my siblings, bro.
I got names too, but I wasn't gonna drop them.
Oh,
I did a little digging, man. I did a little digging.
so my brothers are athletes.
Word. Okay.
Yeah. My brother Jordan played. My little brother Jordan. I'm the oldest, so my little brother played in
Gotcha.
the NFL. He played in the NFL for like 4 years, and
That's what's up.
yeah. So he's retired now, but he did his thing. And my little brother John is a basketball player, so he played overseas for years. So
Okay.
he's been home. So now he's in. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he's
Yeah, yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
like some. He has a good job. He has a really good work.
That's
And
what's up.
I have two sisters, and they're doing their thing.
Yep.
My sister just had a birthday. Shout out to Sarah.
That's
She
what's up. Oh,
had
she
a birthday.
Capricorn.
Yeah, yep,
Okay, okay. I'm
she
a
had one
Capricorn myself.
yesterday.
Okay.
Nice, nice,
Right,
nice,
right, right.
nice. Yeah, man. So, but two brothers, two sisters.
Man, that's what's up. Man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good, man. That's crazy, man. I like to ask questions like that because I realize, talent definitely doesn't, it's close hell. You know what I'm saying? We have a
Mm.
family, if you have one person that's really talented, usually everybody else is pretty talented in their own different ways as well. You know?
Yeah, well, we had my parents were good, man. They gave us we grew up, we grew up um, you know, colorful. You know what I'm saying? We didn't
Got
have
you.
we didn't have a lot. And we lived in a lot of different places. You know what I'm saying? So like, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
born in
yeah.
Baton Rouge, and we've lived in Nashville, California, um, the Bronx in New York, um, Florida, and Southeast DC. And
Dang. See, yeah, that's
yeah,
real
and
colorful.
very colorful, very colorful. And we didn't grow up with a lot, but my parents gave us they instilled good mentality. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They always emphasize work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, do as much as you can, don't quit. You know, like, work and love. And taught us
Yep.
about God. Always kept us close to God. Always kept us spiritually. My dad's a pastor, so we come from
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
pastor kids. Yeah. So even through our you know times of doing whatever, we always that's always in
You
your
gotta do what
heart.
you gotta
So
do. For sure, for
yeah.
sure.
So um yeah, but that's family was good. It was a good solid upbringing. So
For sure, man. For sure.
yeah.
And I said that was the last question, honestly. But I do
No,
have
that's
to
fine.
ask you. Saying
Sure.
I mean, when can we look forward to seeing something come out from you next? You know what I'm saying? Is there like
Hmm.
a timeline, or can a soft release? Yeah.
Yeah, no, soon, man. Well, yeah, absolutely. Actually, I'm in. I'm in. I have a couple of things on the way. I'm gonna say it like that, and absolutely
Got you.
more solo records coming out. Absolutely. I'm I'm still actually been back in the studio working with Ari on some new stuff. Um,
All right.
working with a couple of different artists, but I'm doing some so I am recording for a new album right now. So
Good stuff. All right. All right.
and maybe
Definitely
maybe
ready for that.
more, maybe even more than that. Like yeah, maybe even more than it, maybe even more than that. So I'm definitely working on a few things that is like solo
Hey, good
records and
stuff.
stuff. So yeah, totally.
Hey, man, that's good to
So
hear, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna be definitely staying tuned. And overall, man, I really
thank you,
just want to
bro.
really thank you again for coming on to the show. It's really been an honor. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I really do enjoy your music. It's not something that
Thank you, man.
so I just listened to it because of the interest of the interview. It's actually on my playlist. Like it's
Oh man, I
so you got some
appreciate
really good
that,
stuff
bro.
out there. And
Thank
I
you,
gotta
man.
purchase one of your sweatshirts too. Though. I gotta get one of those Marigold
Oh,
sweatshirts
the
as well,
marigold.
man.
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Please, please.
And also
Man,
hit me with the DM with your address. I got to send you something out, man.
cool.
I want to send you out a gift for coming on the show with me. I really appreciate it, bro.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Thank you, man. And thanks for having me on.
Definitely.
Uh, yeah, always love to talk, bro. So,
Hey, for sure, man. Definitely, man. So yeah, just stay on for a quick second, but I'm gonna go ahead and tap out of the live. But
all right,
yes,
cool.
I really appreciate everybody for coming through. This is Klue from Blackwall Music. You got a new fan. He said he's checking you out on Spotify right now. My boy
Thank
Tyler
you so
Rosberg.
much.
Yo, Talk to my
Thank
boy
you.
Tyler. He used to make music. He was crazy back in the day, but I ain't gonna put him on blast
Hey.
right now.
Oh nah. Hey. Keep. That's what's up, man.
For
That's what's
sure,
up.
man. But like I said,
Yeah,
I really
man.
appreciate everybody for coming